Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We do have breaking news here on the day with Mullen Automotive. This is a name that a lot of you guys do invest in, and it's becoming a more intriguing short squeeze kind of story. Even today, when we look at the cost to borrow fees, now still in that 2 to 300% range. Short interest is ticking up higher here today as well. Now, on top of that, I do want to go over this article. This article is quite intriguing. It says, is Mullen a buy? Yes, the bull case for Mullen stock. Okay, let's get into all of this information, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, we like to cover, yes, broad market topics such as the debt ceiling, such as stock market rallies or crashes or what hedge funds are doing, blah, 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 bigger picture, but we also like to focus on stocks in the retail community that can and likely will help make you money. Now, that is not a guarantee, obviously, but typically when you are buying stocks at the lows, you can tend to make more money more times than not. But none of this information should be construed as financial advice. Everything we talk about here in these videos is public information that you guys can go and verify for yourselves. So let's start into this first things first with the Ortex data. I do want to get into this article as well as the breaking news today, but the case for a short squeeze is getting better and better. The more that I track this company, the more it looks intriguing. So Mullen obviously just had a 1-for-25 reverse stock split. That is what has kept them on the NASDAQ. Well, you've seen kind of interesting things happen. So the short interest on Mullen was just reported at about 12.21% on April 28th. Now it's being estimated at about 15, almost 16%. So clearly there is a sizable short position here. But you've seen rumors come out that Mullen short interest is a lot higher. You've seen Mullen actually announce that they're going to be investigating naked short selling and illegal shorting practices on their stock. After all, Mullen has dropped over 90% in the last year. And with a short interest at 12%, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Investors have almost certainly priced this stock for eventual bankruptcy. And I think that's where the money can be made in a short squeeze. When everyone is so negative on a name, you can see big rallies in that stock upon small bits of good news, right? It doesn't take a groundbreaking catalyst to get a rally if everyone is negative on that name. And everyone seems to be pretty negative on Mullen as far as institutional investors and the like. Now, if we take a look at the cost of borrow fees, when I first started watching this stock, the cost of borrow fees were in between 1 and 3%. Now, I've been an investor in Mullen for well over a year now. I bought the stock 70 cents before it rallied to like $5 per share. We were very early in Mullen the first time around in 2022. Well, things have changed. I'm even down 90% on my position, and it's worth taking a closer look and watching this stock and following it. Now, cost of borrow fees, the cost of borrow average is 297%. Cost of borrow max at 398%, and the cost of borrow minimum at about 8%. You do have about 23 million shares that are sold short per the Ortex estimates. Keep in mind, the next reported short interest we get could be a lot higher than what you are seeing right now. Now, cost of borrow fees over here on Interactive Brokers, 50,000 shares currently available to be lent out. Cost of borrow fee of 107%. These rates are a lot higher than what you were seeing for Mullen. If you take a look at these charts here, the last 18-month charts, or even 3-month charts, they've all kind of exploded higher. Cost to borrow right here, days to cover, shares out on loan, free float out on loan, and the estimated short interest have all went higher over the last 18 months. And if you take a look at utilization, 6 months ago, that was at 80%. Now it's at 100%. And the short score over here on Ortex was about 30, I believe. You might have to look back at the last video. Maybe 30, maybe 60 in that range. Now it's at 80. This is similar to something such as AMC that has a history of rallying pretty aggressively. So does Mullen, but you're seeing the prospects of a short squeeze getting a lot better here and more, I guess, making Mullen susceptible to getting a short squeeze. So pretty interesting information here. Option activity typically doesn't pull anything up, but if we look at options expiring this Friday, the volume today is 92.5% calls, 7.5% puts. So you are seeing a put to call ratio that is very high on the call side. All of these expirations essentially are seeing 80, 90, sometimes 99% of the volume being to the call side. So not too much activity with the puts here on Mullen. Now, let's switch gears to the breaking news that is coming out today. Mullen announced an almost $16 million vehicle purchase agreement with MGT Lease Company for 250 Class 3 commercial EV trucks. Now, pretty straightforward here. They're just another order. And they have orders. That's not Mullen's problem, is orders. Mullen actually is seeing some of the best demand in general for these cargo vans, right? For these commercial EV trucks. Like other companies are seeing a demand problem, Mullen is really not. Now, this article says, is Mullen a buy? Yes. The bull case for Mullen stock. Mullen Automotive is staying busy even if the market doesn't fully appreciate Mullen's stock value. Mullen Automotive is making a savvy move by introducing a highly affordable electric cargo van. Furthermore, Mullen Automotive has a decent capital position and big ticket purchase orders to fulfill. Investors should think about taking a tiny position in Mullen stock. First and foremost, I have to get this out the way. The company's reverse share split is not a reason to invest in Mullen Automotive. This strategy will help keep Mullen compliant with NASDAQ minimum share price rules, at least for the time being. However, you shouldn't invest in Mullen stock unless you believe the company can actually grow and succeed. There's evidence of this, so let's check in and see what Mullen's been up to lately. Suffice it to say, Mullen Automotive has been quite busy lately. For one, you should know that Mullen doesn't just serve the private sector. The company is happy to build EVs for the public sector as well. In particular, Mullen Advanced Energy Operations, a majority-owned subsidiary of Mullen Automotive, is now executing on a $680,000 contract awarded to EV Technologies LLC by the District of Columbia. Furthermore, Mullen Automotive is willing to cater to institutions of higher education. For instance, Mullen recently received a second purchase order for EV cargo vans from the University of North Carolina at Charlotte. We're not even done yet. Believe it or not, Mullen Automotive has disclosed a whopping $63 million order for 1,000 electric trucks. That order is from an automotive dealer known as Randy Marion Automotive Group. Brand Sigmund Fleet General Manager and Vice President of RMAG Fleet Operations proudly observed, quote, "We continue to receive great interest for Mullen commercial vehicles, especially the Class 3 cab chassis." That's good. That's very good. Literally, Randy Marin, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, it's my best guess, is saying, quote, "We continue to receive great interest for Mullen's commercial vehicles, especially the Class 3 cab chassis." I will take that any day. Mullen Automotive has a cash runway and affordable electric cargo vans. Some skeptics might assume that an EV startup like Mullen Automotive is a destined zombie company, yet that actually is not true at all. As of April 30th, Mullen possessed $116.1 million of cash available for operations. Plus, keep in mind that Mullen Automotive has $263 million worth of purchase orders from RMAG. In other words, there's no need to vilify Mullen Automotive as a zombie company. Vilify. Without any meaningful, lucrative operations. It's also worth noting that Mullen is providing businesses with a highly affordable commercial vehicle. After a $7,500 U.S. federal tax credit, the Mullen One Class 1 urban delivery EV cargo van has an ultra-low net price of $27,000. It's a smart move for Mullen Automotive to make this electric cargo van available at such a reasonable price point. This should make Mullen more competitive as the company can become a go-to source of affordable electric cargo vans for businesses of all sizes. The bull case for Mullen stock is strong. Mullen Automotive has a better capital position than the company's critics might assume. Moreover, Mullen is staying busy with purchase orders from the public and private sectors. Prospective investors should also take note of Mullen Automotive's introduction of a recently priced commercial vehicle. All in all, these factors contribute to a powerful bull case for Mullen stock. So feel free to gauge your tolerance for risk and then consider taking a small share position in Mullen Automotive. So okay. And it says David Modell did not have either indirectly or directly any positions in the securities mentioned in this article. So this guy isn't even invested in Mullen and is saying some of these things. So all in all, guys, what do I get out of this? Well, the short case is getting a lot better. A short squeeze is looking better now than it has over the last couple of weeks. That's a fact, right? You've seen better and better news coming out. You're not too far off, in my personal opinion, from getting a catalyst, an update, something along those lines that could exponentially rocket Mullen stock. Now, to what degree, I don't know. But we've seen Mullen rally in the past, and it looks like at these levels, I'm probably going to take on a deeper position. I'm going to look at the options. I'm going to look at purchasing some shares, but I do think on a risk to reward, not even because this stock has a potential to short squeeze, but on a risk to reward basis, given their back orders, it makes sense to invest in this company at this price point. And I think that is also something that is overlooked a lot. Some of the best short squeezes that have happened in history was because investors were underpricing the stocks fundamentally, so much bad news was priced in that good news sent the stocks flying because people got overly pessimistic. And it looks like that is the case here and now for Mullen Automotives, ladies and gentlemen. So that is going to do it for this video. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, source your comments, questions, or concerns down below in the comment section. If you guys also want to come trade with me in the community live in real time, link down below in the description of this video. But nonetheless, you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.